Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review for episode 2 of Zombieland Saga. Sorry my voice is kind of failing me a bit at this point. This is my 5th video recording in a row. But either way, I loved this episode. This is one of the best anime episodes I've seen in quite a bit. With the exception of Boku no Hero Academia Season 3 because it had a lot of amazing episodes. But other than that, this is one of the best anime episodes I have seen in quite a while. It was so good because it was a comedy, but there was so much just in every single little line of comedy. There was so much detail to what they were conveying, and so much they conveyed about the characters without having to rely on any sad backstories or any power of friendship or anything like that. They were able to accomplish so much in such a little time that honestly, I watched this and I was like, there's no way that much happened in just one episode. So much went down. And I feel like every single bit of the episode is very much quotable and like clippable and all that. Everything was so good. So I guess let's start talking about this from the beginning. Starting off, Tatsumi gives all the girls the speech now. And did I put Sai there? I think I meant Tae. Yeah, I definitely meant Tae. No idea why I put that there. But Tae is god tier. She's absolutely amazing. I love the part where she's just in the background chewing on the one long piece of bang. It's so good. The opening was interesting. It was really good. I almost wanted a more traditional kind of opening, but it went full on with the retro feel. And I've seen a lot of anime, especially comedies, do that within the past year or two. There have been a lot that have done that kind of retro feel style of opening. So it was interesting that they went for that. And of course they mixed it with elements from just a modern anime opening, which is, again, just creative and very different. It might take it a little bit to grow on me, I guess, but I will respect just how creative and different it is. So we learn from Tatsumi that the zombie apocalypse apparently kind of happened, but just totally failed. Zombies were just all killed, basically. So I guess maybe they became zombies during that or something. Maybe he isn't the one. Well, he says he's the one that brought them back. So I don't really know how the whole zombie thing works. I guess it's a comedy, and maybe that isn't the point, so it doesn't really matter that much. And also, something very creative about this series is that they go through these moments where they're like, this doesn't matter to the story that much. So they just basically tell you, this isn't really that important. You were made into a zombie because it happens. So they learn about that, and he's basically saying, you can't live anywhere in this world, you're zombies, so be idols for me. He was more rude about it than that, but it led to a great back and forth between Ai and Tatsumi. Their back and forth was just, again, brilliant. I really want to watch this episode over again already. The training sequence is so great, all the random girls doing random things in the background. Was so good. And the same thing with when they were going to bed. That was such a good scene. Oh my god, fucking Saki's Tamagotchi reference was brilliant, given that she probably died around like 2008 or something like Sakura did. Oh, it was so good. That was just the most brilliant thing, her making a Tamagotchi reference. She's like, my Tamagotchi's probably dead, I'm a zombie now 10 years later. It was so good. I was dying at that joke. And then we have I believe it was Junko and I both trying to sneak out and scaring each other, which I feel like them scaring each other because they're zombies is going to be a funny running gag that they could keep doing, and they could do it in a lot of creative ways. But Sakura's actually kind of right that they shouldn't leave because they could get shot or something. But also she kind of has a bit of room to be talking. I mean, after all, she is the one that stabbed Ai in the head before. So I guess getting stabbed in the brain isn't enough to really harm them or anything. But yeah, it's a little bit ironic there. And then, my god, the random rappers just randomly coming in rapping was so good. And then Favaro shows up again. Another episode with Favaro Cop shows up and he's rapping too. It was so brilliant. It was just so good. And then their reactions to seeing each other and him shooting and they're all screaming at each other. It was so funny. so brilliant. Every single second of this was so well done. And I love, once they get back, I think it was when they get back and we have the conversation between Sakura and Saki, the OST playing there. I guess it was a Saki OST, but I don't know. The OST there was so damn good. So they go for their next little, they're just doing a show at this little old folks hall, and the death metal guys there, or the death metal guys are there again because they heard there was going to be a death metal performance. It was so good. I was already laughing before we even got to the good stuff. I love that when they start performing, there's just such a random clash between everything they're doing. Then R.I.P. Tai. She is so, well, I was going to say so great, so legendary. Tai is just the absolute best. Then Sakura shows guts, like what Saki said she respected, by getting into this impromptu rap battle, which was just genius. And the rapping was actually legitimately, the music was legitimately good. I mean, for a comedy and all that, but yeah, it was actually legitimately very good. They actually had talent. So, yeah, very interesting. Tatsumi bringing in the music and everybody joining in was just so good. Not only funny, it had like this feel-good moment stuff going on, the funny stuff going on. There was so much depth to everything they were actually saying in it. It was just so good, especially Saki's rapping. Saki is actually really good at this. And I love she threw a Tamagotchi line into the rap. It was so good. And yeah, the entirety of it, it was just brilliant. And I forgot to look up the voice actresses. I probably will after this. I wanted to look up some of the voice actresses to see if I recognize them from other places. But maybe I'll talk about that in the next episode's review whenever the next episode comes out. So yeah, before I get into the general thoughts on this, next episode I will be reviewing as soon as it comes out, now that I'll be caught up with posting this. So yeah, some thoughts. I did not expect this episode to be this good. Like, the first episode I thought was amazing. I gave it a friggin' 10 out of 10 for a first episode, and yet this was somehow so much better. It was hilarious. The series is beyond creative. The creativity for every little thing they do is just genius. The musical elements that they had were legitimately good. The animation is great, like really great. And I kind of expect that from MAPPA, but it was good. The voice acting for so many of them is just absolutely amazing. Tatsumi, as I've brought up, is just genius, but everybody else, all the back and forths, all the musical stuff, it's just so good. And they were able to develop so much for the characters. We learned a little bit about who each of them were without any need for cheesy power of friendship stuff or sad backstory stuff. They developed them through just the way they behave and interact, which was so good. I'm blown away both by getting so much content in one episode, and for the content to be so deep and good. And for the writing to be so creative and different. It's, again, really kind of special for a show to be this good. And next week, just from the preview, I love that we see like a CGI idol anime dance. So it looks like they're going to be kind of parodying that a little bit. It was so great. So, yeah, I love when shows do animation humor, like changing up the animation for a certain joke. So I think having the CG for the joke of it's going to be really good. So, yeah, I'm giving this second episode 11 out of 10. 11 best, most creative comedies out of 10. I don't know. It was just too good. It was so good. And it's like I'm scared for what's going to happen in the future, because these first two episodes were so perfectly amazing, beyond what I would have said was perfectly amazing. They were just so great that I don't know how they can keep this up. How can you keep up being this good? So yeah, 11 out of 10. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like if you did like the video. Comment down there to tell me what you thought of this what you thought of this episode, what you thought of all my thoughts on it. Some other thought that I want to throw in: each and every one of the characters is lovable. There's no one that is like, she's boring and pointless, and there's no one where it's like, I don't really like her very much. each of them has something little going on that's really great, and we've barely even got into any of it yet. So yeah, subscribe for more of this, Slime Dr. Ken, Index 3, tons of other things on the channel, lots of light novel manga stuff. Then I guess, other than that, sorry, getting a little bit off distracted there. But follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel or talk to you there. And if you want a link to our Discord server, it's free and open for anyone so that we can all talk about this series and other series. Basically anything. So if you want to talk to me and a bunch of the rest of us, because there's already been quite a bit of discussion on the first 2 episodes of this there. But if you want a link to the Discord server, just ask and I'll give you a link. So yeah, that's it. Thank you once again for watching. And I hope to see you all next time. But yeah, hope to see you all next time.